and roll. Okay, let's keep rolling here. Next up, we have 1 p.m. Eastern. Carolina Panthers 2-6, 0-3 on the road at the Cincinnati Bengals 4-4, 2-1 at home at Paycor Stadium, Cincinnati, Ohio. 65 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, 9 miles per hour. And I like that we got on the board with the last game. Let's see if we got more action here. Let's move over here and get up. Sorry, it's messing with me. What the hell's going on? Sorry, let me just move over to odds NFL. That's going to take a second here to come up, but I'm waiting for that. What's going on? Okay, here we go. Carolina, Cincinnati. There's been a big move, not so big from when Pinnacle opened it, but the Pinnacle opened this at 7.5, and it moved to 7 pretty quickly. I saw on some offshores before games were played that it got up to 9.5, but it's now back at 7.5. So since it opened, there's been an 8-cent move towards the Bengals at Pinnacle. From a totals perspective, it opened up at 43 juice to the over. Now it's 43 juice to the under. And Sky Dragon says, "Who is Carolina's new kicker?" Says, "So gross, losing the money line last week. Can't stand the Atlanta frauds." That would have been very.
At the end of that game, I couldn't tell you who actually deserved to win it. Those are two franchises halfway in the toilet, but God, that was a wild ride.
It was nuts. It was absolutely nuts. We have 4,564 tickets in, 47% of the tickets, 62% of the cash on Cincinnati. Then 27% of the tickets, 55% of the cash on the under. And we've seen the market moving towards the under. Carolina comes in off a wild 37-34 loss at Atlanta. Looked like they had the game won. We've already touched on that. DJ Moore, 62-yard pass, takes his helmet off, 15-yard penalty. Panero misses a 48-yarder, then misses a 32-yarder in overtime. But PJ Walker, 19-36, 317 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. DJ Moore caught 6 passes for 152 yards. Terrace Marshall, 4 for 87. Deonta Foreman, 26 carries, 118 yards, 3 touchdowns. The defense struggled. 2 sacks, 7 quarterback hits. They did get interceptions from C.J. Henderson and Dante Jackson. Safety Justin Burris is in concussion protocol. Dante Jackson did sustain an ankle injury late in the game. And the Panthers are, it seems, incapable of attacking the Bengals' weak offensive line. 30th in the NFL in sack percentage, taking down the opposing quarterback 4.1% of dropbacks. So if you can't hurt the Bengals there, then the Bengals should be in business. They're on a short week after their ugly 32-13 loss at Cleveland last night, down 25-0 heading into the fourth. They could again get nothing on the ground. And I'm still beating myself up for not being on the Browns. My whole plan, I could have got, when the Bengals were getting the ball, I could have got 3.5. But I was like, let's just wait. Got up to 5.5. And then as soon as that pick happened, there was no more real opportunities for me. I guess there was one more when the Browns missed the field goal. But, again, the Bengals are not running the ball, and they're not able to run the ball. What's going on with Joe Mixon? Burrow's first game without Jamar Chase, 25-35 for 232 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. He had 119 yards passing to his wide receivers. That's the 4th fewest in his career. T. Higgins, 3 catches for 49. Hayden Hurst, 4 for 42. Burrow got sacked 5 times. The defense looked weak. Von Bell had a pick. Cincinnati had not allowed a second-half touchdown in its first 7 games. The Browns scored 3. And then bad news, Chidobe Awuzie tore his ACL. He's done for the season. Trey Flowers replaced him. Then Trey Flowers left the game in the second half with a right hamstring injury. And then rookie safety Dax Hill was forced to play cornerback. So, again, my plan here was to end up on the Bengals. But after talking it out, I don't know if I can. I'd love to hear what you have to say about this one. Take it away here. Panthers, Bengals.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for a 7. I think it's gonna move back to 7.5. You're seeing some action on the 7. I hate backing a team after they looked like absolute dog shit on national TV. Or I hate fading a team after they've looked like dog shit on national television. But boy, this Panthers defense can probably do a little bit of what made Cincinnati bad. Like the pass rush for Cleveland was electric. I joked with Drew. I'm like, all these guys just snorted a handful of greenies before the game. They're wound tight and they're flying off the snap. They're getting a ton of pressure. They're fighting through blocks. The Cincinnati offensive line looks real bad. And Carolina can get after a little. And then, like you mentioned, the Cincinnati injuries in the secondary, the fact that Jamar Chase isn't, nowhere near returning, obviously, with where they put him. This total actually might be attackable at some point if we watch some live action and Carolina's moving the ball. But Carolina has a couple of, running backs that were sitting behind CMC that looked good against, teams that can't defend the run, which might be what they have when they head up to the Queen City here. So, I'm going to bet some 7.5, and Carolina's defense is going to keep them in this, and Carolina's running game and maybe even a little PJ Walker is probably going to get them a decent amount of points, enough to stay within a touchdown. I think this is a horrible game. I think this is going to be a really bad game to watch. This team total's probably sitting around 17. If you can find it cheaper than that, maybe that's an over. So it's just, if you lose Jamar Chase and you are able to do anything to take away Boyd and Higgins, Mixon's not good. And they have a good enough defense to, put this offense on ice enough to stay within a touchdown. Carolina Panthers are maybe not the worst team in the league anymore. I think Houston might be dropping below them. I'll check my updated stuff. It's close, but like I said, the distribution between the best and worst teams in the league is small right now, and Cincinnati probably not 5 points better than this team in a neutral right now.
Yeah, it makes sense. There's a plus 7.5 available right now if you want it at minus 106 at Pinnacle.
Yeah, give me that. I'm gonna see if I can get it. I can get a 7 plus 105. That's kind of nice. We'll see what Chris has for alt spread here. All right, I'm going to take a 7.5. Betting Carolina, good.
7.5, a minus 106. Brady's saying Hendrickson is banged up for the Bengals. Yeah. That's significant. And Mac Beaver says danger that both Cincy and the Rams do not make the playoffs. Yeah, this makes sense to me. I do, like you, fear fading the Bengals off of disaster.
No, not only that, but Carolina scoring more points than maybe they'll score all year.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a bit, but it's Carolina's. I don't have this on the other side of a touchdown. So getting a 7.5 is a number play for me.
I'm not going to move on it yet. So Andy's on the Panthers plus 7.5 at minus 106. Do you agree with this market move towards the under?
Kind of. I mean, we did see Cincinnati just struggle to do anything on offense without Jamar. And granted, the pass rush was really, really getting home. Maybe we see more of that. But yeah, I think this number's probably bang on right now. This is Carolina gets to like 17. This is like a 20-17 Cincinnati win, and it's like 20-17 late, and it comes down to like a Panthers drive at the end where it's like, is this going over or not? Are we going to goddamn overtime? Am I going to lose my under 42.5 when it's tied at 20 going? So I think this total is pretty good.
It's funny how things change so quickly. I was so confident in the Bengals at home against the Falcons, so confident. And then we're here 2 weeks later, and wow, what a difference. What a difference. All right, Spenny Penny Bombs, by the way, saying he's going to be going over the Breeders' Cup Friday races in Twitter Spaces. If anyone wants to join in.
Drop your Twitter handle there, Spencer. I wouldn't mind following you and paying attention. I love betting Breeders' Cup, and I am tragically behind.
Oh God, I'm so excited. I just couldn't be more excited. We haven't been hammering horses. There's always that break here for us leading up to the Breeders' Cup, but this is as excited as I can possibly be. Where do I have? I thought I had the. Here we go. This is us on Friday right here. Friday, baby. So there'll be no betting with the bag. We're gonna go right to the horses, and then Saturday, 10:15 a.m. we attack all day horses. Oh, I can't wait for the Classic. There's so many great races.